Costco is quietly phasing out a series of deals that many shoppers once considered no-brainers. There are no big announcements or clear countdowns, only the silent appearance of discontinued tags on the shelves. By the time most buyers notice, it is often too late. If you have ever walked into Costco and told yourself, "I wish I had grabbed that sooner," let this list serve as your warning. These massive deals are in their final stretch and could disappear at any moment. You'd be awesome if you liked this video.
Wow!
1. LED motion sensor security lights. On this list, this is the one item you don't buy just for fun, but for peace of mind. LED motion sensor security lights belong to a product group that is rarely discounted deeply, because their value lies in practical daily protection rather than appearance. Powerful lighting that turns on the moment motion is detected, combined with stable operation in rain or sun, serves a single purpose: eliminating those dark corners of your home that are easily overlooked. It is important to note that this product is now appearing with a discontinued tag. At Costco, this isn't a sign of a technical flaw or poor quality. It is a clear signal of inventory rotation. When an item directly related to home security enters the clearance phase, time is not on the side of those who hesitate. Anyone who has installed a motion sensor light understands that just one unit at the driveway, garage, or backyard is enough to make a huge difference in your sense of safety. More importantly, this is a one-time upgrade that lasts for years. It requires no complex professional installation and involves no monthly fees, yet the results are felt from the very first night. This is why experienced shoppers do not hesitate when the price drops below the true value. For security equipment, the question is not, "Should I buy it?" but rather, "Can I get it before the shelf is empty?" 2. Vacuum sealer bags and rolls. If there is one item that longtime Costco members always keep an eye on, it is vacuum sealer bags and rolls. They aren't flashy, but they are the silent foundation of bulk buying habits, helping food stay fresh longer, reducing waste, and controlling spending over time. When these rolls appear with a discontinued label, it is more than just an expiring deal. It is an early warning for those who understand how Costco manages its inventory. For families who regularly buy meat, fish, and produce in bulk or prep meals for the week, vacuum sealer bags are an essential system, not an accessory. When the supply is cut, alternatives usually mean higher prices, inconsistent quality, or less convenience. Therefore, many people stock up the moment they see the discontinued tag, not out of panic, but because they know the product life cycle at Costco. Costco rarely stops selling a staple unless a change is coming. Whether they are restructuring the category or preparing for a new line, a temporary gap almost always occurs, and that gap is usually filled by higher costs for the buyer. For this product group, the logical choice is not to wait for deeper discounts, but to ensure you have enough for the near future. 3. Premium keyboard and mouse bundle. Tech hunters at Costco understand that flagship devices are almost never marked for clearance. Therefore, when a premium keyboard and mouse combo suddenly appears on the liquidation list, it doesn't reflect a drop in quality. Instead, it is a sign that the SKU is ending its life cycle to make room for the next generation. In other words, you are buying a top-tier product at rock-bottom prices, simply because it is about to leave the shelves. Unlike generic accessories, a high-end keyboard and mouse directly impact your daily work experience. The quietness of the typing, the precision of the movement, and the comfort after hours of use are values that only become clear over long-term use. This is why experienced buyers often wait for the right moment to upgrade rather than buying in a rush when they don't yet need it. The key lies in how Costco handles clearance. This isn't a price experiment, it's a decision to close out the category. Once the price has shifted to liquidation, the chance of a restock is almost zero. There is no second round of discounts for those who wait. The opportunity only exists for a very short window. For those working from home, studying long hours, or wanting to seriously upgrade their input experience, This is a long-term investment. When the price is already lower than the actual value, the question is no longer, is it worth it, but whether you can grab it before it's gone. 4. Wireless charging wall lights. There are some products that don't grab your attention when they arrive, but leave a very clear void when they disappear. Wireless charging wall lights fall into that group. They require no wiring and no complex drilling. You simply mount them to the wall to have light exactly where and when you need it. The value of this convenience is often only realized after you have used them, not when you are standing in front of the shelf. The departure of these lights from the shelves isn't due to low demand. On the contrary, the combination of a sleek design, removable batteries, and flexible installation makes them a hard-to-keep item in Costco's inventory. Products with a tech element, even practical ones, often don't stay in the catalog for long. When a discontinued label appears alongside a price adjustment, it is a sign that the product is ending its life, not just taking a temporary break. For anyone who has looked for a simple lighting solution for hallways, bedrooms, or rental homes where you cannot mess with the electrical system, this is a type of convenience that is hard to find again at this price point. It isn't a show-off item, but it is one that makes your living space more logical every day. And once Costco has decided to clear the shelf, experienced buyers know it isn't the time to wait too long. 5. Premium ceramic vase set. Unlike seasonal decor, this premium ceramic vase set is designed for year-round use. Its minimalist shape and neutral color palette make it virtually trend-proof. When a product with such lasting value suddenly hits the clearance list, it is no longer a regular deal. It is a strategic steal. This is why experienced shoppers pay special attention to this offer. Typically, Costco slashes prices to clear space for new inventory. But for a vase set that fits in a living room, dining table, or bookshelf throughout all 4 seasons, the decision to remove it isn't based on design or quality. It is simply a result of their rotation strategy. Items no longer in the next plan must go, even if they are selling steadily. The value isn't just the low price compared to the actual aesthetic quality, but also its long-term stability. This isn't a piece of decor you buy and hide because it's out of season. A good ceramic set stays in your space for a long time, and the more you use it, the more it fits. When a product like this reaches liquidation, it's a one-and-done opportunity. 6. OXO food storage containers. Some upgrades don't make your kitchen look different immediately, but they change how you live in it every day. OXO food storage containers are one of those things. The airtight lids, easy one-handed operation, and smooth flow of dry goods create a sense of order that clip bags simply cannot match. This is something people truly appreciate only after it becomes part of their routine. That is why seeing OXO with a discontinued tag at Costco is surprising to many. It's not because the product is bad, but because items that do small jobs often don't last long in a high turnover shelf strategy. Higher inventory costs and slower rotation compared to consumables mean these refined conveniences are removed to make way for something newer. The thing to consider is that OXO isn't a one-season purchase. It keeps the kitchen organized every day, prevents spills, and reduces waste. Benefits that accumulate over the years. When the price is pushed down in the final stage, the long-term value becomes far more convincing than the cost. When Costco clears the shelf, there is no silent return. Like the video if this surprised you. 7. Snack box. The Snackle box is a perfect example of a product pushed to a fever pitch by social media, only to leave Costco's shelves in silence. From initial curiosity to exploding on TikTok as a convenient solution for families with kids, picnics, or busy days, this product has completed its life cycle very quickly. As the price hits rock bottom, many realize this is the end of the SKU at Costco. The value of the Snackle box isn't in its looks, but in how it handles a very common need. Each small compartment holds just enough snacks, keeping things organized and easy to share. Kids get their own tray, and adults have snacks ready with no prep required. It is a utility item used frequently, not just for display. When a viral product hits its lowest price, It is rarely the start of more discounts. Instead, it shows Costco is flushing out the last of the inventory and closing the category. For handy items like this, timing is as important as the price. When the opportunity passes, what you regret isn't the few dollars saved, but the missed solution for your daily life. 8. Anchor Hocking Glassware Set. Anchor. Hocking is a silent titan of the kitchen, building its reputation on multi-generational durability rather than flashy ads. The rustic beauty of thick, heat-resistant glass makes it so familiar that it is often taken for granted. A discontinued label here doesn't just signal a price drop, it is a farewell to a legend and a reminder to own it before it's too late. Unlike trend-driven items, Anchor Hocking glassware is tied to long-term habits: mixing, serving, heating, and storing. It isn't pretentious and doesn't need constant style updates, yet it is a constant presence in daily life. This durability makes many assume it will always be available until Costco decides to rotate the inventory and creates a sudden gap. When the promotion ends and the remaining stock is sold off, these final sets don't last long. Experienced buyers know this product line won't return at a similar price. When they eventually have to look for an alternative, they realize how hard it is to find glassware that is this sturdy, familiar, and affordable. 9. Silicone Utensil Set. Not every kitchen upgrade makes a difference at first glance. A silicone tool set belongs to the group that changes your experience through feel rather than looks. After just a few times cooking with them, the difference is clear. The movement is lighter, there is no more sound of metal hitting the bottom of the pan, and most importantly, the non-stick coating is better protected. The value of this set lies in its durability and safety over time. Silicone withstands high heat, does not warp, does not hold odors, and fits the daily cooking rhythm perfectly. This is the kind of product that is easy to delay buying because the old tools still work until the discontinued label appears and the buyer realizes the window for an upgrade is closing. Unlike items that provide instant excitement, silicone tools work their magic quietly. Every time you stir, scoop, or mix, the process becomes tidier and more reliable. When Costco decides to remove such a set from the shelves, the reason is rarely quality, but rather a catalog rotation that must move forward. At this point, the question is no longer if you need it, but whether you want to keep using tools that wear out your pans quickly or take advantage of the final price to upgrade your kitchen in the most logical way. Small changes used every day make the timing more important than the deliberation. 10. 2-pack insulated tumblers. For regular Costco shoppers, a price ending in 97 needs no further explanation. It is the sign that a product has entered the final stage of its life cycle. When this number appears on a 2-pack cold tumbler set, an item that usually sells steadily, the message is clear: this isn't a temporary deal, but a final clearance before it vanishes. Cold tumblers are highly versatile products. They are perfect for daily use at home, taking to work, long road trips, workouts, or giving as gifts. Because of this, they rarely stay in stock long, and even more rarely are they pushed down to such a low price. When a line of tumblers is removed from the shelf, the associated factors like colors, lid styles, or capacities almost never have a chance to return. Items like these often don't create an immediate sense of urgency. Buyers easily think it will still be there next time until they return and find the shelf has already switched to a different product. At Costco, the change process happens much faster and more decisively than at typical retail chains. At the 97 price point, experienced shoppers don't wait for further drops. They check to see if there are enough left for their needs. This is a type of extra item that is never redundant and a type of deal that is very hard to repeat. When the price tag signals the end, the only thing left is the decision to act. 11. 3M Command Light Hooks. In the seasonal product category at Costco, 3M decorative light clips are a perfect example of the appear fast, disappear faster rule. They don't sit on the shelf waiting for people to make up their minds. Once they appear with a discontinued label, the The remaining stock is usually bought up very quickly, sometimes in a single day. The value of this small item lies in its practical efficiency. Hanging lights neatly without drilling, without peeling paint, and removing them without leaving a trace. These are advantages that anyone who has decorated their home for the holidays will appreciate. When you lack them, the alternatives are usually just temporary fixes: wire, tape, or unstable clips that take time and can damage surfaces. The mistake many people make is underestimating how fast this product group disappears. Because they are small and low-priced, it's easy to think, "I'll get them next time." But with seasonal goods, Costco does not rotate slowly. When the last pallet space is empty, the product vanishes without a return date or prior notice. At this point, the rational question is not whether to buy more, but whether you can get them before the season even starts. For small accessories that determine the tidiness and safety of your decorations, being one step late usually means having to accept a worse solution. 12. Gutter guards. Some maintenance items only get attention after a problem has occurred, and gutters are a prime example. Falling leaves and debris buildup cause water to overflow back into the roof or walls very quickly when the seasons change. Because of this, gutter guards always sell well during the most sensitive times of the year. This makes it even more noteworthy when the product suddenly enters its discontinued phase. Unlike convenience items, gutter guards are a true preventative solution. Installing them once significantly reduces the need to climb ladders for cleaning, limits clogs, and protects the structure of the house long-term. Their value is not in the shopping experience, but in the headaches avoided later. When Costco clears a product like this, the reason is rarely about its effectiveness, but rather a catalog rotation strategy. It is worth noting that maintenance product groups are very rarely deeply discounted right when people need them most. Therefore, when a price adjustment appears with a discontinued tag, it is usually a sign that the opportunity is closing. Waiting for next time means buying elsewhere at a higher cost or having to deal with the consequences when the heavy rains arrive. With home maintenance, timing is always more important than emotion, and acting early is usually the least expensive choice. 13. Discontinued home and safety accessories. At Costco, the discontinued label on home and safety accessories is more than just a technical notice. For experienced shoppers, it is a signal that the product is exiting the system, and the chance of it returning at a similar price is nearly zero. These items don't create excitement like electronics or stand out like decor, but they directly affect the safety, convenience, and operation of the home, from lighting and mounting to surface protection and spatial organization. Because they aren't loud, many people tend to delay their purchase until they return and find the shelf empty. Costco operates on a very tight catalog rotation. When a home accessory is marked as discontinued, it is usually a step to clear space for the next product line or season. This means there is no next time to consider, while outside options are often either more expensive or less well-made. For safety accessories, the buying decision should be proactive. Do you lock in a good price for a proven solution now, or accept the risk of having to buy in a rush at a higher cost when the need becomes urgent? When the discontinued label has appeared, the answer is usually quite clear, and there isn't much time to act. These deals are not loud, and they don't have large banners, but they are the kind of offers that only appear once at Costco. When the discontinued tag is placed on the shelf, it is no longer an invitation to shop. It is a countdown clock. If you are one beat slow, you don't just lose a good price, you lose the opportunity entirely. Smart shopping is not about buying more, but about buying at the right time, before Costco quietly clears the shelves and moves on to the next round of goods. Which product in the video surprised you the most?